If we can make a nuclear bomb, we can unmake a nuclear bomb. But how do we do that? How do we unmake nuclear weapons, nuclear power, nuclear waste? To conclude our evening, we again invite Joanna Macy to the stage. Joanna will explain nuclear guardianship, a concept she created in 1989. And following that, we have the honor of hearing from the mayor of Nagasaki, Japan, Tomohisa Taue, followed by the Himawari Nagasaki All Hibakusha Choir.
When we humans managed to split the nucleus of the atom, and for that we took the largest nucleus, which had 92 protons and 92 neutrons. That's the uranium atom, the largest element. That released the strongest binding power in the universe. Well, we figured that could make a big explosion. We figured that could boil water. But we didn't have an idea of how out of control it could get. And so now we face not just a question of stopping the bombing, turning to renewable, clean energy, but the poison fire in volumes beyond the reckoning, from the mining and milling of the uranium, from the enrichment of it, all the way up, whether it's for nuclear energy or nuclear weapons. There are mountains of this, volumes and metric tons beyond the reckoning, of a toxicity that we're beginning to experience in our bodies, in the living cells and bodies of Earth's beings, and of a longevity that's hard to even open your mind to. The depleted uranium, which is a waste product from the enrichment process, and that we are now using projectiles in our war making from the time of Bosnia on up, and because it so efficiently travels, incinerates, and kills. That half-life of the particles that spews out is 4.5 billion years, the age we impute to the Earth. So we're asked now to take this in. And a whole lot of us have been looking. What is this asking of us? Yes, disarmament. Yes, ban and abolish the bombs. Yes, close the reactors. But there's more. There's a quality and a capacity of caring, of opening to what government and industry want to put out of sight and out of mind. As Clifton said a while back, our policy has been to stick it in the ground, to pretend it's not there, to treat the earth like a safe deposit vault, motionless, not recognizing the fissures and cracks, the underground waters, the movements of the earth. And so now we are faced with something quite enormous and beautiful in what it's going to demand of us and what it can call forth from us, which is care. Caring, responsible caring for the radioactive materials that are generated at every stage of the fuel cycle. Are we up for that?
Yes.
We gotta be up for that. Now let's look at what that would involve. First, it will have to involve our getting in touch with our love for life. And this is a reciprocal universe, reciprocity at the heart of the universe. So our love for life allows life to love us back and give us the power and this endurance. You've seen that here, and the wonderful people who've come from Japan to help us wise us up to what this new era asks. So what does it mean? It means we stop mining and milling the uranium. It means we stop dumping, hiding, pushing away, burying the waste. It means we listen to what we produce. I'm thinking, of course, of the plutonium, because that is a human-made element, and it has such long hazardous life. And we have wanted to pretend that it isn't there. And so we learn to listen to plutonium saying to us, look at me. You made me. Don't abandon me to just travel through water and air and soil and poison. If you will look at me, if you will guard me, if you will find ways of mindfully watching and containing me, I will teach you faithfulness. I will help you grow up. I will teach you mindfulness and wisdom. Care, guardianship requires listening to that and learning. Part of that listening is monitoring. And it's beautiful to see how young people from the environs of Chernobyl to the schools I've visited right here in New York that have been meeting with advisors, learning to use radiation monitors. And that gives you a sense of control and understanding, to measure, to see, to be alert. The guardianship involves also then such a learning that we teach each other. We need to start, not just in the high schools, I think we need to start in the elementary schools as well. That the poison fire is something that's part of our world now. Everybody needs to understand it and know it, so that we don't have to pretend we're ignorant, that we don't have to close our eyes and our ears, and that we get a chance to grow into the responsibility that we're capable of. And guardianship involves remembering the stories. And that has been done so beautifully here. Remembering the stories of our use of the poison fire in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. It involves also turning our faithfulness to it, our yearning for life, into music, if you've heard. And as I listened to that chaconne being played on the violin from Hiroshima, I found, we post-Hiroshima, Nagasaki humans will learn how to sing like that. Well, our souls will crack open to let the majesty through. And what it's going to do is going to bring us together. It's going to grow in us a solidarity. A solidarity where together we can act and find out what we're capable of together. We're already seeing it. Where together we can help each other grow up. Where together we can feel the presence of the future generations. Because it is for them too that we meet and we work. And you know, when you work and act for the future ones, you know what happens. You feel them. You feel their presence. That's hard to beat, hard to stop. Let us do it.
皆さんこんばんは。長崎市長の田上富久と申します。
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Mayor of Nagasaki, Tomihisa Taue.
今日は広島市を代表して、広島平和文化センターの小溝理事長もお見えですが、私が、広島長崎を代表して、少しお話をさせていただきたいと思います。
And along with me is the chairman of the Hiroshima Peace Organization is here as well. And I am here to speak on behalf of the citizens of Nagasaki.
まずこのコンサートを企画してくださった学者ストーリーズの皆さんはじめ関係者の皆さんに心から感謝を申し上げたいと思います。
I would first like to express my gratitude for this beautiful concert that has been brought about by Hibakusha Stories and all of the relevant people that were involved.
先ほど山下康明さん、Sasamori Shigekoさん、そして佐賀節子さんがこの場所でお話をしてくださいました。
And we had the fortune of being able to hear some stories from Sasamori Shigeko-san, from Setsuko Thorough, as well as Yasuaki Yamashita.
でも全ての被爆者の皆さんがお話をしているわけでは、体験をお話しているわけではありません。自分の子供にも話せない方たちもいらっしゃいます。
But what we really need to be aware of is that not all hibakusha are able to speak of what they went through. There are many hibakusha that are still unable to even speak to their own children.
話さない理由は様々ありますが、その一つは話すためには思い出さないといけないから、という理由もあります。
There are many reasons why these hibakusha are unable to tell their stories, but one of the main reasons is because in order to do so, they would have to recall what they had to go through.
人間は言葉で表せないようなとても苦しい辛い体験をしたときに、その体験に封印をしてしまうことがあります。
Sometimes people get lost in what they've experienced through just the idea of having to use words to relay these things because they're so horrible and so sad and painful.
思い出しながら話すことはとても力の必要なことだと思います。
It takes a lot of strength to try to recall and speak up.
ではなぜ体験を話してくれる被爆者の皆さんいらっしゃるんでしょうか。
So now we wonder why there are hibakusha that are able to stand up and give their testimonies.
それは世界の誰も二度と自分たちと同じような体験をしてほしくないと願って強く願っているからです。
And the reason is because they do not want anybody else in the entire world to have to go through what they did, and their wish for that is very strong.
そして原子雲の下で何があったのかを話すことで多くの人たちが気づいて、そして核兵器のない世界を必ず実現することができると信じているからです。
And by speaking about what actually happened underneath that nuclear weapon and delivering it to so many people in the world, they actually believe strongly inside of their hearts that we will actually be able to realize a world with no more nuclear weapons.
体験は共有できませんが、核兵器のない世界を実現しようという思いは共有できます。
I am not able to feel what they had to go through that day, those days when the atomic bomb was dropped. but I can relate to them when it comes to wanting a world with no more nuclear weapons.
被爆者の皆さんからのメッセージを受け止めて、そして皆さんと一緒に核兵器のない世界を実現していきたいと思います。
It is my desire as well that we will all be able to take the messages from the Hibakusha, put them inside of our hearts, and hold our hands together so that we can create a world without any more nuclear weapons.
今日はこの会場に3名の皆さんの他にも広島、長崎から被爆者の皆さんおいでになっています。皆さんちょっと立ち上がってみていただけますか。
And aside from the 3 Hibakusha that I mentioned here today, there are so many more from Hiroshima as well as Nagasaki. I would like to ask all of them to stand up, please.
今日はこの後ひまわりという被爆者の皆さんだけで作っている合唱団が長崎から来て歌を歌います。
Right after this, a choral group that is made up of only Hibakusha have come from Nagasaki to perform in front of you.
私もニューヨークに来てからここ数日間毎日彼らに会っています。
I've been very fortunate to run into them almost every day since I arrived to New York.
ニューヨークの皆さんが彼らの歌を聴いてくれることでどうも一日に1歳ずつ若くなっているように見えます。
I have a feeling they don't realize what's going on and how deep it is that the people in New York are actually going to be hearing their songs.
多分このペースでいくと私と同じ年になるのも近いと思います。
I have a feeling I'm going to reach their age in a quick fashion as well.
今日は彼らが5歳くらい若くなるようにしっかりと彼らの歌を耳だけではなく心で聴いていただきたいと思います。
And I would like to request to all of you to intake their song as they sing, and not just what they're singing, but what they're carrying inside of their hearts and what they're trying to relate to you.
核兵器をなくしていく一番大きな力は市民社会の中にあります。
The best way to get rid of all nuclear weapons in this entire world is held in the hands of the citizens of the world.
この会場にいらっしゃる皆さんに一緒に核兵器のない世界を実現していきましょうということを最後に呼びかけさせていただいて、私からのお礼のご挨拶にさせていただきたいと思います。
And I would like to say once more, as a final word from me to all of you, let's get together and create a world with no more nuclear weapons. Thank you very much.
Today is Joanna Macy's 86th birthday. And I have a note here asking us if we would all sing her happy birthday. And if I lead this, we're all going to be in trouble. So, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joanna. Happy birthday to you. The choir members were so inspired by the recent interest from younger people for a global ban on nuclear weapons that they raised the money all on their own to be with us tonight. To close the evening celebration, the Himawari Choir will be joined by Jean Rohe and vocal students from LaGuardia Arts High School under the direction of Audrey Bishop to sing an anthem for nuclear guardianship that she and the students created just for tonight's concert. A song from the listeners.
Thank you, everybody, for such a beautiful evening. I was asked to create a nuclear guardianship anthem with these students you see before you from LaGuardia High School, and this is what came out. I know that you think you're looking at the Himawari Hibakusha Choir and the choir from LaGuardia High School, but I want you to know that these are beings that have been aware of the universe before the universe existed. They saw this place before the atom was even an atom, and they will be here long after it is all gone. And they've come with a message for all of us.
We are here at the ending. don't you? How you could sit for hours in peace, watching the sun shimmer on the waves like little diamonds. The eyes that saw violence are the eyes that can envision the coming dawn.
覚えていますか？朝日が波を光らせてダイヤモンドのように動くのをずっと眺めていたことを。あなたの目は暴力を見てきたけれど、その同じ目でこれから訪れる朝日を見ることだってできる。
You remember, don't you? How you took her hands in yours under that clear April sky and taught her how to count on her fingers and toes. The hands that once destroyed are the hands that can give.
and gentlemen, please welcome once more the Himawari Choir singing We Never Forget.
We never forget Hiroshima. We never forget Nagasaki. We never forget Hiroshima. We never forget Nagasaki. ぜひ一緒に大きい声で歌ってください。
Please, everyone in the audience, we will never forget Nagasaki. We will never forget Hiroshima. Please raise your voices loudly and join us in song.
We never forget Hiroshima. We never forget Nagasaki. 70年前も今はシギカゴ今こそこの胸に深く刻む時 We never forget We never forget Hiroshima We never forget Nagasaki.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for a wonderful evening on behalf of all the performers and the survivors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And when you're on your way out of the auditorium, please take a look at the Picadon Project's Shadow People Project, projections of images of peace. It was created by artists and students, especially for this event. It's on the Central Park West wall of the auditorium. Thank you and good night.